Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Analytical English. I'm Bruce.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Wesley.
Today, October 5th, we're going to be looking at a couple of short articles, but important ones nonetheless. The first one is right here. Measles outbreak in Taiwan, Okinawa, and Hong Kong.
我们的中文标题是麻疹疫情持续延烧。
Okay, just a couple of paragraphs here. I'll read through them for you first, and then we go back to look at each and every sentence. An outbreak of measles was discovered in Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Okinawa, Japan, in late April 2018. Reports claimed that thousands of people could have been exposed to the disease. The source of the outbreak was reported to be a male flight attendant who caught the virus in Thailand before flying to Okinawa and Taoyuan International Airport. Vaccine supplies in Taiwan were put under government control in the wake of the outbreak. Immunization rates for measles, mumps, rubella in Taiwan are in the top 30 worldwide, based on surveys conducted by the World Health Organization in 2016. Since 2003, Taiwan has provided an estimated MMR vaccination coverage for 97% of school children, according to the Taiwan Center for Disease Control Deputy Director General Dr. Zhuang Renxiang.
Okay, so an outbreak of measles was discovered in Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Okinawa, Japan. An outbreak of something means that a bunch of cases of that thing happen suddenly and all together. You could have an outbreak of eruptions, that maybe there is eruptions in several countries or in several places in one country from various volcanoes. But usually outbreak is for things like diseases, in this case, measles. So an outbreak of measles was discovered in these three places in late April 2018.
OK, 好，这个 outbreak 就是爆发啊，就突然之间增加很多的啊，在这个地方就增加很多的麻疹病例啊，所以呢，这个麻疹突然之间爆发啊，那这样的一个爆发呢，被发现在哪里被发现呢？在台湾，在香港，好，在这个日本的冲绳都发现了啊，那这个时间是什么时候呢？是2018年的4月底。
Reports claim that thousands of people could have been exposed to the disease. When there's an outbreak of a disease like measles or any other, maybe just a few people have it, but it is being passed on because usually you don't get sick immediately from a disease. You go to work, you go to school, you stay at home, and you may pass the disease on to others. So it's claimed that thousands of people in these three places could have been exposed to the disease. Other people gave it to them. They came close to people, and therefore we say they caught the disease from others, even if they didn't show that they had the disease already.
好，我们看到这个地方他说这个报道或者报告呢 claim 这个字呢就是to state something to be true especially that is open to question 所以 claim 常常是你这么说，但到底是不是这样子还不见得。好，那英文里面跟它类似的动词，其实例如说 maintain 跟它很像maintain 也是就是他是这么说的，但到底是不是其实不一定。
But maintained is like over a longer period of time. Claim is just once.
Oh, good point.
Maintain is you double down on your story.
Yeah, 好，所以 maintain 好像感觉起来是时间，你坚持的时间比较久，你声称的时间好像比较久一点。Claim 大概时间是比较短的啊。那所以他说这个报告宣称呢，有 thousands of people， 有数千人 could have 有可能been exposed to 就是暴露于，所以有数千人可能已经暴露于这个 disease 所以being exposed to 只是暴露于，所以他不一定会得病或者是他得了病也还没有发，都有可能，但总之他们已经暴露于这个危险当中了。
The source of the outbreak, the source of anything is where it comes from. And so who is bringing the outbreak to these various places? This source was reported to be, people said it was, a male flight attendant who caught the virus in Thailand. So he picked up the virus in Thailand just as a little extra before he left. before flying to Okinawa and then Taoyuan International Airport.
好 ，the source of the outbreak， 这一次疫情爆发，它的源头 source was reported to be， 据报道是什么呢？是一个 male， 一个男性的 flight attendant， 一个男性的空服人员啊。那他呢 caught the virus， 他感染到了这个病毒，在哪里呢 ？In Thailand， 在泰国感染到这个病毒啊。Before doing something， 就他先感染了这个病毒，然后呢，他就跟着飞机飞到了这个冲绳啊，还有到了桃园的国际机场。
Vaccine supplies in Taiwan were put under government control in the wake of the outbreak. Vaccine is a preparation that medical professionals make to give you so that you have
resistance.
You have resistance that is a lower chance to catch a certain kind of disease. And supplies of these are usually kept around the world because measles is a disease that keeps coming on year after year in one place or another. But they were put under government control rather than, say, the control of individual hospitals in the wake of the outbreak. Because there was an outbreak and people get very scared during this sort of thing, it's better if the government controls the supplies of vaccines during these outbreaks. In the wake of means simply as a result of or after something happens.
好，所以呢，这个 in the wake of 这个片语不错哈，它就是某件事情之后的意思啊，所以 following directly on something 啊，或者是另外一个类似的是 aftermath 啊 ，aftermath 啊 in the aftermath of something。好，所以我们再回来看这个句子，他说呢，这个 vaccine 就是疫苗，好 ，supplies 就是供给，所以台湾的这个麻疹疫苗的供给呢 ，were put under government control 啊，就受到了政府的管制啊，所以就像布鲁斯老师刚刚讲，也许本来在这个医院可能每个医院有一点啊，但现在呢，这已经有国家型的这个疫情，所以这个全部归政府管制了。好，那在这个是什么时候发生的事情呢？是这一次疫情爆发之后的事情 ，in the wake of the outbreak.
Immunization rates for measles, mumps, rubella, or MMR in Taiwan are in the top 30 worldwide. So the first part of this article is like, there's this danger. And the second part of this article is like, you know what? You're probably okay as a person living in Taiwan because in Taiwan, the immunization rates are in the top 30 worldwide. The rates of something is the proportion of people who have had something happen. So the rates of immunization are high. So the majority of people in Taiwan have been immunized. And this is based on surveys conducted by the World Health Organization in 2016. So these are recent surveys as well. So if you're in Taiwan, you're probably cool.
好，所以那个这里很长的一个MMR 这个缩写，它其实就是指这个麻疹腮腺炎德国麻疹混合疫苗那这个东西呢，它的 rates 这个 rates 就是这个比率所以它这句话就是说，在台湾接受这种疫苗，在这个的比率呢是 in the top 30 worldwide， 在全世界排名前这个30所以这个呢大概表示这个接种的人很多那这个是怎么来的呢？它是根据一个由世界卫生组织所 conducted 所执行的一个 surveys 一些不只是一些调查显示台湾的这个接种率呢是全世界全世界排名前30。
Now, Angela just mentioned about a high proportion or a high rate of people being immunized, and this final sentence gives us specific information about it. Since 2003, Taiwan has provided an estimated MMR vaccination coverage for 97% of school children. Now, 97% is very, very high for this kind of medical treatment. A vaccination is either one time of giving a vaccine, or it's often used as a program where hundreds, thousands, sometimes millions of people will receive a particular vaccine for a particular disease. And coverage is, again, the proportion or ratio of how many school children received this MMR vaccine. That information, thanks to Taiwan Center for Disease Control, that is a government unit in charge of the health of the public, a Deputy Director General, that is the position below a Director General, Dr. Zhuang Renxiang. Remember, doctor can refer either to a medical doctor or a person who holds a PhD. Dr. Wesley.
Oh, thank you. OK 啊，那所以这个 doctor 这个字呢，啊，这里讲它在英文里面，它可以表示是医生啊，它也可以表示说有这个博士学位的人啊，所以在这里呢，其实两个都有可能啊。那我们再回来看到这个句子，他说呢，自从2003年开始呢，台湾啊，它提供了 provided 好 an estimated 后面加一个数字啊，不过它这里再多加了一个这个 MMR vaccination coverage 啊，所以据估计，台湾的这个 MMR 这种疫苗的接种率啊，这 coverage 本来是覆盖率，但在这里可以翻成接种率。好，所以台湾从2003年开始呢，估计台湾的接种率啊，这 MMR 的接种率是97%啊，学童之间的接种率是97%。那这是根据谁说呢？根据这个台湾疾病管制署啊，这个副署长庄仁祥他所说的。
Okay, now let's flip the page and take a look at our second short article, Sayonara Tax for All Travelers Leaving Japan After January 2019. So we'll be looking at the future here. Have a listen. Last April, Japan's parliament enacted a bill that would force anyone leaving the island to pay a departure tax in the amount of 1,000 yen. Starting on January 7th, 2019, both foreign and Japanese travelers on boats and airplanes will be subject to the payment. Around 40 million departures from Japan occurred in 2016, which includes the 17 million Japanese nationals who flew or took a boat out of the country. According to GG Press, revenue from the tax is estimated to reach nearly 43 billion yen per fiscal year. That money will reportedly be used to promote tourist destinations in Japan, as well as to pay for infrastructure and international tourism campaigns to bring in more visitors.
In a way, that's an equitable tax because you're taxing the kind of people who have the money to travel. So you're not taxing poor people automatically. So that seems like a fair way to do it.
Yeah, 好，所以 Angela 说呢，这种税呢，其实感觉起来也还算蛮公平的，因为它是这个抽税的对象是那些有钱可以出国的人啊，所以它不是说全国人民通通都要抽这个税，所以从这个角度来看的话，也有它的道理。好，那顺便呢，我们看到这篇文章它的 title 中文名字呢，中文的标题是明年旅日啊，去日本的话将要加收离境税啊，离开这个地方要有税。
Last April, Japan's parliament, so the people who make laws in Japan, they enacted a bill. To enact a bill means to make a bill into law. Before it's enacted, a bill is just a proposal that people are thinking about. But when it's enacted, it's been signed off on and becomes law. And this bill then, this law would force anyone leaving the island to pay a departure tax. So force sounds a little bit strong here, but no one's going to pay this tax voluntarily, so it definitely is still force. And it's a departure tax in the amount of which costs any particular traveler 1,000 yen.
That's about $10 US or 300 NT. So it's not a big deal.
It's not a burden.
Even for middle-class travelers.
Yeah, 好，所以这个1000日元差不多这个台币300多块吧，哈，所以不是非常重的负担了，哈。所以我们看到这个句子，他说这个去年4月呢，日本的国会啊 enacted 在这里就是立法成功啊，就已经制定成为法律了啊，不是只是个法案而已啊，还是或者是不是一个这还在讨论的法案，而是他立法成功了啊，所以他已经立了这个法，那这个法会怎么样？他会 force 会强迫每一个人，那任何一个人每一个人怎么样 leaving the island 离开日本这个岛屿啊，当然日本是不止一个岛了哈，但是就是在这里就是指日本。离开日本的人呢， 要强迫他们付一个departure tax， 就是tax 这个离境税departure tax 就是离境的一个税。那金额是 in the amount of， 这金额是1000日元。
Starting on January 7th, 2019, both foreign and Japanese travelers on boats and airplanes, so if you swim away from Japan, you don't
You'll
have to pay
be okay, but your luggage will be wet.
will be subject to the payment. Okay, so this is still next year's news, but it's coming up fast. If you're planning to travel to Japan, you should leave before January 7th.
And you'll save 300 NT.
Yeah.
About 0.1% of the airfare.
Yeah.
Or a couple of cups of coffee.
好，所以呢，这个句子他说从这个2019年的1月7号1月7号开始呢，这个 both 就是两个都有，要么你是 foreign 就是外国的，或者是 Japanese 或者日本的 travelers， 所以不管是外国人还是日本人这个旅客而且是 on boats and airplanes， 你如果是搭船离开日本，或者是搭飞机离开日本那刚刚他们开玩笑说那游泳离开就不用了不过这个 Angela 老师有指出一个很重要的一点，你游泳离开的话呢，你行李会湿掉那 Bruce 老师就提出一个更棒的建议，就是你如果要离开日本的话，赶快在2019年的1月7号之前赶快离开，这样就可以省300块。好，那我们就看到这个地方，所以不管怎么样你这个2019年1月7号之后呢，所有搭飞机搭船离开日本的旅客呢will be subject to， 就是这个会必须要做这件事情 under the power of this law to pay the payment， 就是你必须要付这笔费用的意思。
So around 40 million departures from Japan occurred in 2016. Quick, do the math. 40 million times 300?
40 billion.
Nice. I'm just going to institute a tax. Anyone leaving my house has to pay me $300.
Nobody's going to your house then.
Then I don't have to clean, so it's all good.
Okay.
Anyways, 40 million departures happened in 2016, and that includes the 17 million Japanese nationals who flew or took a boat out of the country. Wow, a lot more tourists than Japanese leave the country every year. That is interesting.
Yeah, 好，所以他说大约有4000万人这个 departures from Japan occurred， 大概有4000万个这样的这个离开这样的事情呢，在2016年发生在日本那当然这是英文的说法了中文的说法就是这个2016年大概有4000万人离开了日本就离开日本那这个并不是他们不回去了，只是他们离开从日本出发。那这个包括了怎么样呢？有1700万的这个日本的这个国民Japanese nationals， 就是日本国民具有日本国籍的人。那他们是怎么样呢？是 flew 一样，他们坐飞机，或者是 took a boat 这个搭船out of the country， 离开这个国家。
Another word for nationals, a more common one, would be citizens.
Yeah， 所以另外一个 Japanese citizens， 那就是日本公民也就是日本国民的意思。
All right, let's look at our second paragraph. According to GG Press, revenue from the tax is estimated to reach nearly 43 billion yen per fiscal year. I guess GG Press is the name of a Japanese newspaper or some kind of media that publishes or broadcasts information. Revenue is another word for income from the tax. The amount of money the government will collect from this tax is estimated. They can't be sure exactly, but they have a rough idea, an estimate that it will be something like 43 billion yen per fiscal year. That means every fiscal year. The fiscal year depends on the country you live in. In Japan, I think it starts on April 1st. Many countries start on January 1st and then December 31st. Here in Taiwan, we do that. But you don't have to do it that way. America also is not January 1st to December 31st, but I can't remember. They keep changing it, pushing
Isn't it like
April
back. April in the U.S.?
It might be Japan and the U.S. could be the same. We'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
所以我们这里看到它 according to 根据怎么样？这个 GG Press 我们把它翻成时事通信社那我是不懂日文，不过我觉得这个 GG 就搞不好就是日本的时事时事 GG 时事通信社听起来很像 我虽然不懂日文，可是我观察好像日文有些发音听起来跟这个中文的汉字的发音很接近，但是是一种很可爱的接近啊，GG 的时事，OK， 好，所以呢，这个他的这个根据这个时事通信社他说呢 ，revenue 就是收入，尤其是指政府的收入啊。那 from the tax 这个从这一笔税的收入呢 is estimated to 就是据估计可以 reach 可以到达 nearly 几乎啊430亿的日元啊。那这是怎么算的呢 ？per 就是每一个 fiscal year 就是这个会计年度啊，所以每一个会计年度大概可以增加430亿日元的税收。那会计年度刚刚 Bruce 就Angela 都有提到，就是不一定是从1月1号到12月30号，好像日本好像是从4月到4月。好，那这个Angela 说好像美国好像也是4月到4月哈，不过这个需要去查，不确定。但总之会计年度不一定是跟这个calendar 啊这个日期年的这个年度一起走的。
So, what are they going to use the money for? Well, that money will reportedly, this is what people say, it will be used to promote tourist destinations in Japan. So, great, they're going to take money from tourists to tell tourists to come back and spend more money. And they're also going to use it to pay for infrastructure. Infrastructure are things like roads and bridges and like railway lines, very important. Airport. Anything that helps people move around a country is infrastructure, and that is used heavily in the tourism industry. So yeah, you need to use tourist money to pay for infrastructure. They're also going to use it for international tourism campaigns, again, asking people to come back for more, to bring in more visitors.
好，所以 that money 就那一笔钱呢，就这么大一笔数字的钱430亿呢，的日元呢 will reportedly 就据报道 be used to 会用来干嘛呢？promote 推广推销这些这个旅游景点tourist destinations in Japan 当然推广的是日本的旅游景点as well as 同时它也会用来干嘛呢 pay 支付for 支付什么东西的经费呢infrastructure 基础建设还有呢 international tourism 就是国际旅游的这个 campaigns 在国际这个推广日本旅游的一些活动那目的都是要 to bring in 带来 more visitors 更多的这个观光客或者更多的访客。
Okay, that's it for today. Put away those handkerchiefs. We'll be back again tomorrow. Until then,
bye-bye.